So you're looking to move to Kansas City, but you're looking to avoid the big crowds of the big city and the traffic and the hustle and the bustle. Well, I've got the place for you. This is Kearney, Missouri. Hey, and welcome to Living in Kansas City by the Fountain City Real Estate Team. Today we are up in Kearney, Missouri. It's right outside of Liberty, up in the kind of northeast corner of the KC metro area. This area is going to be great for you if you want some kind of country living, but you don't want to be right in the city. You also want to be accessible to the city. A lot of people love Kearney. So we're going to see a bunch of new builds today. We're also going to see some existing homes on the market. We're going to visit some parks. You're going to want to stay tuned. And if you stay tuned until the very end, I'll be back here to take you through a new build in Dovecot, so you don't want to miss that. Also, I'm going to chime in with the 3 pros and the 3 cons of living here in Kearney, Missouri. So Dovecot is a higher end on the price point. This new build back here that we're going to tour at the very end of the video is $850. And you see this nice little quiet cul-de-sac full of these homes. I would imagine that maybe this home here is on a few acres. I think that's probably going to be pushing $1 million if they ever do sell. But this is a really sweet setup here in Kearney, and I think that you're going to like it if you want small town living next to the big city. A lot of people say that Kearney is the next Liberty. You've seen the Liberty vlog tour, and Liberty has just completely blown up in the past few years, and Kearney still hasn't gotten there yet. And some people don't want Kearney to get there, but some people are excited that Kearney is going to get to the size of Liberty. I mean, it's kind of up to you, right? You can pick your poison. You're living in a big town. You got the hustle and bustle of all the traffic and stuff like that, or you can preserve the small town kind of feel of Kearney, Missouri. But the people who love Kearney, the people who live in Kearney, a lot of them love it. They'll never leave. They're gonna be here for probably the rest of their lives. I would imagine too, if you live on one of these homes in this cul-de-sac, this is a sweet setup, especially if you have kids, man. I'd have kids, you see that basketball hoop out there, I'd have kids, my kids out here riding their bikes all day, playing out here, and it's gonna be a completely different feel from Liberty, at least right now. Who knows what it's going to be like in 10 years? Who knows what it's going to be like in 20 years? I mean, the KC Metro is exploding and expanding. So if you're looking to move to Kansas City, give us a call. Our team is ready to help you. 816-4-MOVE-KC, 816-4-MOVE-KC. We're ready to help you move to an area like Kearney, or you can check out our other vlog tours of different areas. Just give us a call, 816-4-MOVE-KC. We know that moving can be a stressful process. We help people do it all the time. 816-4-MOVE-KC. Now let's head to the next area of our vlog tour of Kearney. So we're just driving through Jefferson Street, and Jefferson Street is considered kind of the main street of Kearney. And one thing that one of the residents kind of told me who lives here is that really there's not too much going on there, at least right now. Kearney is growing pretty quickly, and I could easily see that main street becoming a really kind of poppin' place for a bunch of stores, a bunch of people moving in. But as far as right now goes, he said there's really not much reason to visit there unless you're going to a very specific store. It's not, I mean, they have some town center events down there, but when that's not happening, there's really no reason to go to there. As we're gonna get through here, we're gonna go right under the 35, which is a very main freeway that kind of connects Kearney to the rest of Kansas City. So if you need to go down to Kansas City, you're most likely gonna take the 35, shoot all the way down, probably go through Liberty, just depending on where you're going here. Go through Liberty, and then if you want to get down to downtown, you're definitely going to need to take the 35. In fact, coming from where I came from, which is, well, this person's almost cutting me off, which is where I live in Midtown, definitely took the 35 all the way up, just up here to Kearney. But we're going to get to this area. It's a $350,000 home. It's a very mid-price point here in Kearney. I think it's a very affordable home. You might be surprised at what you get for $350 here. And again, before we get there, if you like these driving videos, at least this driving portion of the vlog tour, could you leave me a comment below? Because I think that these are the hardest parts of the tours to make, and if nobody is really seeing value in them, I can just, get from place to place a lot quicker, and I don't have to do this. I don't have to set up the GoPros and all that kind of stuff and get the map going. If you don't like it, then comment below, tell me that you don't like it. If you do like it, again, comment below, tell me that you do like it, because I think they're useful. Because when you come and live here, you're most likely going to be driving, unless you just come here and decide to walk or bike everywhere, which is obviously possible. But I mean, driving is going to be a big part of your experience living here, and I think that having some preview of what it's like to drive in these areas are nice, but if you don't think so, then I won't make these anymore, and I'll just kind of go from neighborhood to neighborhood, or from park to park, or whatever you guys want. Let me know in the comments below. Okay, I'm here at the Cottonwood Creek subdivision, and this is a really nice subdivision that only has a $100 a year HOA fee, which is really affordable. Homes in this subdivision range anywhere from $300,000 all the way to $500,000, just depending on the finishes that you get. And I see a lot of 3-car garages, I see a lot of 2-car garages. But this is really quiet subdivision. I think you're gonna enjoy living here if you really kind of want just to be away from all the hustle and bustle of the city, still want to pay, still want to, pay a decent, have a decent budget, and stay below that budget. And I don't think that there's pretty much anything negative that you could really say about living here. I think most of these homes are going to be spec homes. A lot of them are going to be the same. The one that we're going to check out in a little bit is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. And if that fits your family, then you may want to consider this area. The reason that people are liking Kearney is because it's really quiet out here, but you get all the benefits of being 30 minutes from Kansas City. I think one of the things that is a complaint about Kearney is that it is growing so fast that if you want to preserve that kind of quietness, then you may not get that. But here, you see all the mailboxes are right there. I would not like that. I don't want to come outside to get my mail. I just want my mail delivered right to my hand. Speaking of that though, my mail just where I live is in such a mess right now because I get this kind of like preview of what mail is going to come, and I never get that mail. It always comes like 3 days late. So that's annoying. That's okay, but I would imagine up here in Kearney, the mail system is going to run a little bit better than downtown Kansas City. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know the intricacies of living here, but I think most of the people here are going to be either families or maybe people who are retiring, looking for a nice place to live. Look at this ranch right here. It's nice, just one level living if you want that. A lot of these homes are split level homes. These homes on this side seem to be more of a 3-car garage. The homes on this side either seem to be a 1 to 2-car garage. And $100 HOA fee. I was looking at the amenities that you get for $100. You actually really don't get anything. So you don't get snow removal or anything special like that. At least that's not what they stated in the listing. May be wrong, but Cottonwood Creek, let's go check out this house. It's listed on the market for $345,000. It's a 3-2. It's about 1,700 square feet. And so let's go inside right now. Okay, so we're inside this listing. That's $345,000, been on the market for 10 days as of me filming this. So you've got this cool open living space that flows right into your kitchen right here. You've got this separate island for your sink. You've got a place for your fridge right here. You've got a nice walk-in pantry. Ooh, you could store all your Lucky Charms in there. That's what I would put in there. You've got a nice stove. Just kidding, got you again. So was not hot, obviously, turned off. You've got a nice porch out here. Let's go out here outside. It's a nice area, especially when it's, got some doggos over there barking. Nice area, especially when it's like this, or if it rains. It's been raining a few days. A lot of these covered porches, I'd love to spend my time out here. We can't spend our time out in our porch when it rains because we get soaked. So nice door here. Dining area behind me here. You've got a hallway bathroom. That's pretty standard. It's not bad. Good for your guests or people staying with you. 1 bedroom here for your kids, for your guests. Turn it into an office, whatever you want to do. Another bedroom here, identical size. You can look out. I don't know if you can see past there. It's a little lake that you can kind of glimpse right behind that blue house. Of course, you're gonna pay more to be on that side because of the lake. You've got master with some nice kind of coffered ceiling here, or whatever the tiered ceilings are called. I think they're called coffered ceiling. closet. Bathroom. Nothing super special, nothing offensive though. It's certainly not bad. Let's head down to the other living space downstairs. All right, here we go. So you've got a big entertainment area. This is where I would hold my poker nights. Kind of arbitrary, haven't had a poker night in a long time, but if I did, I bet you'd be right here. I'll win some money for my friends because they're bad at poker. I don't know, last time I played poker, I didn't win. Half bath down here. You have your bathroom breaks from your poker nights. And then through here you've got components. Dyson vacuum, look at that. It's that ball thing. You know, when these first came out, really wanted one of those. Why? Because it has a ball in it. Then you've got a garage. Ooh, dark. It's the only bright part of the garage here. Behind me, you got 2 garage doors. So yeah, I think $345,000. Could you get this for $345,000 where you live? I know that if you live on one of the coasts, you cannot. If you live elsewhere, maybe you can get more for $345,000. Drop in the comments below. Welcome to Jesse James Park. This is a pretty nice park that has a ton of stuff to do. It has a big amphitheater where they have a lot of concerts and shows. It has a trout pond. It also has a disc golf course that is pretty highly rated among some disc golf players. I haven't been here before with my family because we live about 45 minutes from Kearney, and if you know what it's like to get a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old dressed in the car for 45 minutes just to come to a park, you know, it's just not going to work for us. So we tend to frequent the parks that are closer to where we live, but this is definitely a park that I would come to if I happen to be in the area for a showing, and I happen to have my family with me. I mean, I think it'd be a ton of fun to bring them here. We're gonna get to the playground. There's a super cool playground there, so stay tuned for an official, you know what time it is, Bean Frog Playground Review. I think you're gonna enjoy that. There's a trout pond behind me here, so you can go fishing here if you would like to. Behind that is the amphitheater, so you can watch some shows, some local Kearney talent. You can also watch some shows as they travel through here, so you can kind of see it through here. That's the amphitheater where they have a lot of concerts. And then up there is the playground. And then of course right here, I'm just enjoying this pretty quiet walking trail. It's a weekday, but it's really nice. As I kind of mentioned in the intro, it's a really nice day up here in Kearney. It's kind of wild Kansas City weather. It was blazing hot last week, and now look at me, I'm wearing jeans in the middle of August. So it's like 65 degrees. It's really, really nice. So you can come here if you would like to fish. Like I said, behind there is the amphitheater. But this is a really great park. I wouldn't say it's like a astounding park or anything like that. It is pretty cool. Let's check out the water here, because I've always kind of toyed with getting back into fishing, but haven't done so yet. So yeah, here you go. I would think that if you threw your line in right here, you get tangled in these, whatever these flowers are, but who am I? I don't know a thing about fishing. So let's head up to the playground and we'll do our official Bean Frog Playground Review. Thanks for tuning in for an official Bean Frog Playground Review of the Jesse James Playground. So I'm here, let me give this playground 8 out of 10. Pretty high across the metro, if you've been watching some of my other playground reviews. Some of the things I don't like about it, and the reason that it's bringing it down is, I mean, this is age specific, okay? My kids are 3, almost 4, and 2. I don't think any one of my kids is going down that crazy big slide, although I'd love for Keller to do that. I think that window up there, so that he can peek out and kind of see Daddy waving, might help him, but unlikely, okay? Reason to get such high points, check this out, okay? So out here, attention to detail, you got this fish, okay? Cool fish, it's some sort of bass. I don't know, I'm just making that up. But then on the inside, check this out. You got some, these are like the spines of the fish, okay? Wow, mwah. Attention to detail, awesome. But you know, if you're too afraid of that big slide, you also have this smaller slide, okay? You've got this other huge slide to terrify your small kid if you want to. You've got this moderate slide, which I think Keller would have a jam going on this one. So that's nice. And then everything is just kind of located right here. Pretty nice. All right here, you can just watch your kid just climb all over this thing right here. You've got this structure right here in which my sons would say, hey, I'm Spider-Man, climb all over this. So that's really fun. You got that lonely crocodile out there. I don't know what the heck he's doing. And then you got like a legit seesaw down there with some, with that, you know, vomit-inducing kind of merry-go-round thing where kids like to push themselves like way too fast, fling your kid off into this field. Luckily, there's a nice grass to catch them. You've got this swing set. None of those swings are like the kid-friendly ones where you have those little buckets where they can sit in. The only negatives to this playground, number one, is this is not that bouncy playground springy stuff. This is just, you know, wood chips. So you fall from that height, you got a wood chip embedded in your knee. And then I don't know if you can see this right here, but there's a lot of rules to Jesse James Park, okay? Adult supervision, okay, expected. Equipment for children 5 to 12, well, I can't ride the slide, okay? Tot swings, all right, that's fine. Only one person on the slide at a time. You mean I can't take my kid down the slide, okay? No pushing or rough play, agree. Take turns, sure. No pets in the play area, come on. No Albus. I mean, a lot of rules, okay? And ironically, Jesse James was an outlaw. So that's crazy, right? Well, anyways, thanks for watching my official Bean Frog playground review. 8 out of 10. Solid playground, too many rules. You wanna be an outlaw, gotta go somewhere else. So we're leaving Jesse James Park, and you're probably wondering, hey, if I want some land out here in Kearney, what does that look like? Well, we're gonna check out a neighborhood where you're gonna get a lot of land, and you're gonna get it for, I think, a decent price. It's gonna be $500,000 in Kearney. We're gonna head there right now. We're gonna drive through these kind of backcountry roads to get there. Not really backcountry roads, but you know, roads that are less populated, not really a established subdivision. And we're gonna go check out what you can get if you wanna live on some acreage out here, because there's plenty of space. You've seen from the drone footage, you've seen from the parks, you've seen from all the different subdivisions that I've flown the drone over, that there's a lot of space and there's a lot of acreage. And if you wanna come out here, one of the draws, as opposed to going to like a Liberty or a Gladstone or even anywhere in the city, is that you can get that space. You can get that wide open space that you want and that you desire, and you can get it for a lot cheaper than you would in other places. So let's check this place out. We're about a minute away from our destination here, and you can see, I mean, we're going kind of off the beaten path here. Again, it's not going to be utter wilderness, but it is going to be a lot more wild out here than a lot of the different subdivisions that we've been looking at. It's just going to have a lot different feel. It's going to be pretty dark out here, not many street lights. It's going to, I'd imagine, be very quiet out here. I don't think that there are any railroads or anything like that that would interrupt your serenity if you chose to live out here. But let's check out what $500,000 gets you kind of out in the middle of nowhere in Kearney. Here I am at Country Ridge West. Now this isn't really a safe place to walk, but I'm gonna walk just a little bit over here because as you can see, this is just the highway and nothing else. And there are cars passing by me all the time. So, oh my gosh, almost fell into a ditch there. So here's a car coming by here. You can see we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You got some cars passing by over there as well. But Country Ridge West is a place where you're gonna find a ton of acreage. And there are listings here that are different price points. We can't really get to it. We drove right past it, but there's a listing over there for $500,000. And if I could walk to it, I would in order to show you, but I'll show you pictures of it right here so you can check it out. Behind me, you can see there's nothing but farmland and wide open spaces. So if you enjoy wide open spaces, if you want 6 acres of, you know, peace and quiet, then that's going to be where you want to live. So $500,000 will get you a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with 6 acres out here in Kearney, which I think is really good. 6 acres is a lot of land. Let's see what's growing over here. So this is, you know, I have no clue what these things are. You've got some, you know, plants growing with some holes in them. I don't know, but you know, it's nice and peaceful and serene out here. I would live out here. Now, I probably wouldn't live out here. I'm kind of a city boy. I would come out here, you know, I would hang out here, no problem. So yeah, this is cool. Look at this shot. Nice and quiet. I don't know. If you know what this is, comment below. My best guess is that this is some type of herb. Let's call it basil. My wife says basil all the time. I'm pretty sure it's not basil, it's too big. But you know what? That's my best guess. But this is Country Ridge West. $500,000 gets you 6 acres, 3-bed, 2-bath up here in Kearney, Missouri. If you like this, check it out. If it's not your speed, we've seen a ton of different things in Kearney, all right? And yeah, you really can't go for a walk down here because you get struck by a car. But if you have 6 acres, you can walk on your own land, right? You don't need to walk in public land. Let's move on to the next place. So one of the negatives about living here in Kearney is that there's not a ton of stuff to do. Right behind me is one of the major attractions here in Kearney is the Jesse James Museum. If you didn't know, Jesse James was some outlaw born here. I think he also died here, was shot here as well. Not like right here, but like in this general vicinity. And so there's a museum dedicated to him and his escapades, I guess. If you don't know the history of Kearney, again, it's pronounced Kearney, like the, you know, circus person. If you don't know the history of Kearney, in 2017, Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron, and Zendaya came through here with a bunch of their traveling people and made some banger songs out here, and then founded this town. Actually, that's a lie. Obviously, that's the plot of The Greatest Showman, which it's true that the songs are banger, but not true about this town. This town's way older than that. But anyways, that's kind of one of the only things to do out here is to come to this museum, if that's what you want to do. So there's a ton of other things attracting people out here, but one of the things is that you're not going to have that much to do. So Jesse James Museum, one of the few things to do. Welcome to the Estates of Merrimack. These are a bunch of new builds that are either already completed or being completed right now. And this is, I would say, a mid-price point new build in Kearney and actually across the metro. This is pretty good value. You're gonna get, these homes behind me are about $450,000. The only drawback to them is a lot of them are single level, the ones over here. Some of them over here do have a basement. Check out this one down here, man. That's cool, right? Like you got the whole thing to yourself right there. Nobody's next to you. I would imagine they would start building these out too. But these are right about $450, I think $456 if I'm correct, and they're all available right now. A lot of them are very close to being completed or already completed. The negative to these is that the lot size is pretty small. So it's like 8,000 square foot lot, which is a tiny lot. But if you're looking to just kind of relax here, maybe you're looking to retire here, maybe you're looking to, you know, call this your forever home and you don't want to do maintenance. I mean, this all backs up to trees. So that's really positive, I think. That's really cool. Another thing that you may not like about it too, well, you may or may not like, is that there's not that much traffic coming here, which is nice, but there's also a golf course right across from here. So if you live in this subdivision, I would think that some of the houses, especially bordering the golf course, are, you know, susceptible to getting hit. I don't know. I've never hit a house golfing. Actually, I have, but not in Missouri, okay? In California, I definitely have hit houses golfing. This golf course right behind here, I think it's mostly a driving range, and I think there's a par 3 course. Never come up here to play. Maybe we'll check it out one time, but I usually will only drive to play, you know, full-size courses. Kind of a golf snob like that, right? I don't want to drive all the way up here to play a par 3. Just kidding. I probably will play it at some point in time, but haven't yet. So let's head into one of these houses and see what $450,000 gets you in a new build. Welcome inside this new build, $450,000. this is a really nice new build. I like the layout of this. I think if you're looking for simple one-floor living, like this is gonna be it, okay? You've got your kitchen obviously behind me right here. You've got a dining area that leads out to a nice covered porch. Like I said to you before, this these locations have smaller backyards, but if you're not worried about that, then this is enough for you. Then yeah, come and chill out here, you know, sip your Arnold Palmer, just have a good time, you know? Everything's brand new, everything should be taken care of. You're not gonna have problems in your house for years to come. Lock that up here. Coming down here, put your fridge right there. You got some nice countertops here. You've got it's not hot this time. You've got a range, electric range, over-the-counter microwave here. This leads out to your 2-car garage. You squeeze 2 in there, no problem. You got your laundry room too. So if you come in, you're all dirty, toss your dirty clothes in the laundry, homie. Do that. And then right next to it is your pantry. Oh, okay. Look at this. This is made for, I don't know what the heck this is made for. This is probably just to pass through your groceries. Could also be used if you have a dog with like really long legs and can step down to here. I don't think that that's what it's designed for, but I think this is, I've never seen this before. So you can come through here. This would also be good for, you know what this would be good for? So if you were playing hide and seek, wanted to hide in the pantry, and then you heard your parents coming, you could sneak out into the garage. That's cool. So yeah, that's neat. So through here, you've got your master bedroom here. This is pretty nice. You've got your in-suite bathroom. The breakers are off on that one, so I won't go in there because it's dark, and I think they're still doing some finishing touches on it. It's gonna obviously be fully operational by the time that this house is sold to somebody. It could be you if you wanna buy it, obviously. And then you got 2 bedrooms up here, facing the front of the house. Pretty nice, right? Not bad. Another bedroom here. Yeah, great new build. Hang on tight, I'm gonna show you the basement area, but this is just pretty standard bathroom for your guests, for your kids, if you decide to put them up front here. And then downstairs, I like this. You may or may not. I like it, but downstairs is completely unfinished, so you can do your own thing down here. Whatever you want. There's a ton of square footage down here that you could make your own, which is nice about this. That window, I believe, is low enough just by eye. I'm not like, you know, breaking out a measuring stick, but just by eye, I think that window can easily be expanded to be an egress window so that you can add a whole nother bedroom down here, another bathroom down here if you want. A lot of potential with this one. Of course, it's a plus, brand new wiring, brand new everything. So $450,000, it's a pretty good deal in Kearney. So let's head to the next location. So as we head back to this new build, the location of this new build is actually toward the south side of Kearney, which according to some of the locals is the better side of Kearney to live on, mostly because it's the part of Kearney that's growing the fastest. It's the closest part to Liberty. If you haven't seen the Liberty vlog tour, go ahead and check it out. I'll link it up here. But one of the things that you're gonna want if you want more wilderness is towards the north side. One of the things I noticed around here though was that when you get closer to the city, and this is to be expected, you just get a lot better cell signal, cell service. When you get towards the north side of Kearney, it is really tough to get good cell phone reception. If I need to use my Wi-Fi for anything like that, it's pretty difficult. So we're back at Dovecot, and let's head to this new build and tour the inside. Okay, so we're here. Before we head in, I'm gonna chime in with 3 pros of living in Kearney and 3 cons of living in Kearney. First pro has to be the great school systems. I know a lot of people love the Kearney school systems. They rave about them. They're not as established as the Liberty school systems or some of the Blue Valley school systems down in Johnson County, but a lot of people really enjoy them. Number two, it's going to be pretty safe up here. There's not a ton of crime in Kearney. Again, if you're moving into an area, you have to check crime statistics yourself. I don't know your current context of where you're thinking about moving from, so you're going to want to check that, okay? Number three, it's easy to get around here. It's so uncrowded. You can zip almost anywhere in Kearney in about 10-15 minutes. It's going to be super easy to get here or there, anywhere. So that's 3 pros. 3 cons about living in Kearney. Number one, there's not a ton of things to do. I mean, you saw Jesse James Park, you saw the Jesse James Museum. Beyond that, you know, if my family were to live in Kearney, we would be driving different places in the metro to take them around, okay? That leads me to number 2. It's going to be kind of far to drive. You know, it takes me about 45 minutes. I live in Midtown. I think it's a good gauge for how far away things are in the KC Metro. I live in Midtown. It takes me 45 minutes to get up here. So if you lived up here and you wanted to go down to Midtown, you wanted to go to Country Club Plaza, you wanted to go to Union Station, it's going to take you a while to get to places, okay? And number 3, I think home prices here are pretty expensive for kind of what you're getting. I think that you could get better value elsewhere in the metro, but if you're looking for all the pros that Kearney offers, well, I mean, you're going to have to kind of pay for it. I think this new build behind me, $850, it could easily be, you know, $650 somewhere else, depending on where you put it in the metro. It's a beautiful house, as we're going to see. So 3 pros, 3 cons. Let's get inside. Okay, so we made it inside of this brand new build, $850,000. You will not be disappointed in this one. I'm gonna keep you kind of in the atrium because they're still finishing a lot of the electrical, and so we won't necessarily get the best look at a lot of places because all the electrical is not done yet, but this one's slated to be completed pretty soon, and you can just see it is wonderful. Super high ceilings, probably 15-20 feet up behind me. You've got this kitchen setup, which is really great. Of course, you're gonna have to look past the fact that it's just half done. Of course, you know, it's being built. What else can you do? Really beautiful cabinets. I love these cabinets. Really solid, great looking cabinets that you're gonna get, which you expect for $850. I do like that they have master on the main level, which is always super great. Really like master on the main, so you don't have to climb up and down. The only negative to it, if you have young kids, then you would have to put them all upstairs, or there's basement floors downstairs for you to put it in too. But you've seen Dovecot, you've seen what you can expect for living in this community. Now you've seen what it looks like on the inside. So if you're looking to move to Kearney or anywhere else in the KC Metro, give us a call, 816-4-MOVE-KC, 816-4-MOVE-KC. We would love to help you. We have people reaching out to us all the time. Call, email, text us. We will be responsive, get back to you within 24 hours. We promise. 816-4-MOVE-KC. We also have agents that speak Spanish.